YouTubers. Just getting started, trying to share some information. Um, Basically, some information that I was looking for um, as all this got started. And I'll go ahead and fill you in on what's going on. Today is Monday. Well, actually, it's Tuesday officially now, April 9th. Um, I am 5 days out of my original diagnosis of having esophagus cancer. Um, Today or yesterday, Monday, was my appointment to see exactly how bad it was. Um, Turns out it's kind of bad. Um, I have stage 4 cancer, esophageal cancer, which is in my esophagus, and it spread into my stomach and out to the outer tissue of my stomach. So it's kind of getting on the outside of my stomach. That's what makes it stage 4. It originated in my esophagus where it joins the stomach. So in my mind, I feel it's a natural progression to go towards the stomach as it gets bigger. Now the doctor, Dr. Sin, all she does is cancer, like esophagus cancer, stomach cancer, intestinal cancer. That's like her specialty. She doesn't do anything else but that. After getting all my charts and scans, CT scans, and my first endoscopy, what she determined was that I had stage 4 cancer. Now, when she told me, the only knowledge of cancer I had was not extensive. Basically, it was, you have it, you don't. I knew there was different stages. I knew that stage 4 was pretty bad. Actually, I thought stage 4 was basically a death sentence. The way she explained it to me was that if left untreated, I basically have 6 months to live. After she said that, everything was kind of like Charlie Brown's teacher. Because like, you tell someone they have 6 months to live, like you face with your own mortality. Like, that's craziness. To know you now have a clock, you now have an expiration date. It's a feeling that you can't really put into words. I guess after I got myself together and kind of processed that information, I heard something about 2 years and reassess. Basically, I'll be getting started on chemo next week, and they're hoping or believing through experience, through case studies, things like that, that it's going to shrink my tumor, to where it can either be operated on or it'll kill it altogether over time. Like I said, when the doctor came and told me, she basically just said that I was either going to die or I had a couple years to live and don't have any questions. And then she went off to go get her team to basically get the ball rolling. During that time, of course, I processed the information, asked questions, and in my mind, if it's in my stomach and that's what's basically going to kill me, take my stomach out. Like, we'll find a workaround. I'd rather live without a stomach than live 6 months, 2 years with a cancerous stomach and esophagus. And that's when her team kind of actually broke it down more. Her nurse was super, actually. Like, She gave me information. She pulled up charts. She pulled up diagrams and showed me exactly what my cancer was, and explained why it was stage 4. Not that it had gone to any other organs, thank God, or in my bones or anything like that. It just had moved from the original area into another area, which was from my esophagus to my stomach. She let me know that the chemo was going to shrink it and possibly get rid of it, which I wouldn't have to. There's a possibility I wouldn't lose any part of my stomach, or maybe only a little bit to a half, worst case scenario, all. But, God willing, I won't lose any of it. That the chemo will work and I'll just be on a maintenance. Saying I'll have stage 4 cancer, technically I'll never be cured of cancer. I will always have it as a possibility. So I always have a maintenance chemo. 5 days ago when I was originally diagnosed with this, I had no clue. Of course, you search the internet, they give you all these percentages. It's 5% survival, 15%, 20%, things like that. Everyone has a different number. We don't know what's really going on. My wife and I just searched and trying to find different possibilities, different websites, different support groups that we were trying to get information from, and things like that. So I decided, let me document my journey for someone else who might either have just been diagnosed or is going through the same situation and has no knowledge, no clue of what's going on, may be scared. It's definitely a scary situation. I have 2 young kids, and to have the possibility of me not being in their lives is very emotional. It's mind blowing to know that it's a possibility that they'll grow up without you. To know that you're going to leave your wife pretty much by herself, possibly, if this doesn't work. There's anger, there's sadness, there's frustration, there's tons and tons of emotions that go on. You get overwhelmed sometimes, but to know that you have a good team of doctors who believe in what's going on, you have a supporting family who knows that you're a fighter, you can go through this, makes it a little bit easier. I'm not wanting to be very emotional, but when you're faced with your own mortality, it's a serious situation. So if you know anybody, and let me tell you how my cancer came about. It's the official name is esophageal adenocarcinoma. Basically, what that means is, over my lifetime, I've had a severe case of acid reflux, heartburn, indigestion, one of those 3, all of those 3. I do have a high pain tolerance. So thinking back, I do remember some discomfort, no pain, no burning sensation. I attribute that to my pain tolerance because I didn't have the burning sensation. I didn't have the I guess indigestion feeling. So over time, the acid that was going back into my esophagus was damaging my esophagus. Was damaging my cells, and they had to regenerate. And over time, sometimes when your cells have to keep doing it over and over again, they mutate, they become deformed, and which causes the tumor, which causes it to be cancerous. So that's how I developed my cancer. I say that to let somebody know, if you suffer from chronic acid reflux or heartburn or indigestion, things like that, have your doctor check you out. Because it is a rare cancer, and from what I found out, that it's typically seen more in Asia, in Asian community. Not so much here in the United States or Americans. It's a very rare cancer for us. That they typically won't even go to it until it's either present or it becomes an issue. My early symptoms were difficulty swallowing. I felt like my food would get stuck in my throat. I would drink a soda or something with carbonation to kind of push it down. That was the early symptom. That worsened over time to where I would start vomiting. I'm not a big vomiter. I very rarely threw up. I'd probably been at least a decade in between the last time I threw up till it started becoming an issue. That's should have been my second sign, because I'm not a person who throws up. But as soon as I would eat, maybe 20, 30 minutes later it would come up. And then it would progressively get worse to as soon as I ate, a minute or so would come up. And then it got to the point where I couldn't even drink water. Like I would work out or something and I'd drink water and it would come right back up as soon as I would drink it. And I was working out because I was morbidly obese. I was 300 pounds, 302 pounds as of August 2018. Here we are, April 2019, and I'm 195 pounds. The weight loss wasn't a trigger for me because I was dieting, I was working out, I was trying to lose weight. And then I developed the cancer, which made the weight loss even more rapid. So because I was already beginning to lose weight before the cancer developed, I didn't see that as a warning sign. It wasn't until I couldn't drink water, it wasn't until I couldn't eat anything or hold food down that it became an issue. I didn't go to the doctor until December, which was, 5 months ago, initially to get the ball rolling. Blood work came back fine, no bleeding in my stomach or anything. Went to go get an endoscopy, and that's when they found the mass. It was pushing against my esophagus so much that they couldn't get the camera past. And that's when she determined that it might be cancer. They took some samples, sent it to the lab, and then a couple of days later, this past Thursday, she said, yes, it's cancer. Referred me to a cancer specialist, and here we are today. But it's going to be a very emotional ride at the very beginning. And it's okay. It's okay to feel those emotions. Because you're going to need to let it out and be strong. Because you'll be able to get through this. So I expect to see your vlog soon as you document your journey to where you're at a point of no evidence of cancer. All right, until next time.